Hello.
Hello, it's Dad.
And this is JC and our newest star, Duckie.
Hey, Duck. Well, we just watched a pretty good movie, I think.
Yes, Duckie's a big fan of
Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. We went ahead and skipped Star Trek: The Motion Picture. We'll catch up on that one later. Decided to jump right into the less cerebral and more action-packed Wrath of Khan. This movie is a follow-up to the 1960s episode, I think it was called Space Seed, that's right. So, you want to give us a little plot overview here?
Well, first, you may be wondering why we appear to have a duck. Alright, this little ducky called Duckie, involves yes, it is our newest guest star. Hey, don't kiss me! It involved an incident at camp with a mad scientist trying to give him superpowers and involves an advance of goo. What? Weird stuff happens around me all the time. Like the time
I think you're talking about the wrong movie. Why don't we talk about the movie we just watched?
Yes, just try to, I guess. So anyway, in this movie, it starts where, as a follow-up to Star Trek: The Motion Picture, where Kirk apparently decided is promoted to an animal. Now, I have a theory why it's promoted to an animal. See, all the red shirts died, and they thought they couldn't lose any more red shirts, but they didn't want to get people mad that he would be demoted. So they made him an admiral. It's perfect! And it begins on a training simulation.
Which he seems pretty down with the whole admiral thing, except his birthday comes along and all the characters are trying to convince him that he has no business being an admiral.
You have no business being an admiral.
He needs to sit in the captain's chair, right? So the opportunity is presented for what reason?
Well, if my memory serves me, they need to go somewhere.
Yeah, because the Genesis.
Yes, the Genesis project. The thing that will. Yes, Becky, I know the thing that creates life from nothing except matter, including dust if needed be.
Yeah. So one of my favorite parts of this movie is in the very beginning when the Reliant goes down to planet number 5, which turns out to be planet number 6, or the opposite, I can't remember. But anyway, when the captain and the other guy get the little creature shoved in their ear so they kind of can control their mind.
He doesn't like that very much.
He doesn't? I just think that that's a very gruesome part of the movie that gets you very interested. Disgusting, but definitely perks your interest. What do you think of that?
Very disgusting, to be honest. And basically, apparently, the planet has become inhabitable in the last 15 years, and Khan manages to get a crew that's, well, going to the science lab where the Genesis project is being made, manages to trick them on coming on board, takes 2 of the crew members, takes all of his followers, Khan does, and leaves most of the crew members stranded on the planet he was stuck on, except for the 2 he's been mind controlling. They use it to get in to the space station and kill everybody. But Kirk finds out, and after they roll the rest of the gang together, they head out to figure out what in the world is going on.
Except Chekhov, because he's like first officer or something on the Reliant crew, right?
And yes, I know, Richard. Stop. So they go on the space thing. So anyway, they go along, and then they find Khan, and lo and behold, apparently he really wants revenge.
And he has several opportunities to take not only the ship, the Reliant ship, and go conquer some other worlds, or even the Genesis weapon he ends up getting a hold of and can take off. But no,
He breaks the evil overlord list. You should look that up on the internet.
That's right. He breaks the rules.
We
and
all listen to
must
it.
destroy Kirk. He is just completely obsessed with that task.
Right.
Which eventually leads to
Duckie just listed one of the rules he broke very explicitly. You need to maintain a realistic assessment of your abilities.
Yeah, and
very important.
Kind of know
Good job.
Concept of his abilities, limitations.
Yes, he had only one ship, and besides, what if Kirk died? Oh yeah, never mind. He doesn't care if Kirk dies. He just wants to get his revenge.
At least Khan dies a happy man, right?
Right.
He feels that the Genesis bomb explodes, taking out the Enterprise. Little does he know that Spock gave his life to fix the warp drive and warp speed and off the Enterprise
Duckie
goes.
doesn't like this. Here, come on, Duckie. You go get some chocolate. Sorry, Duckie does not like talking about that.
So yeah, spoiler alert, Spock croaks in this movie.
Oh, Spock, you died.
And Kirk looks pretty upset about the whole thing.
Yeah, a little bit Well, yeah, it makes him look a little bit like a hypocrite on my eyes. Since how many words should I start during the series?
Yeah, he hardly shed a tear off his nose, right?
He just said, "Oh, poor Jim. Let's go, come on."
Yeah. So, how do you think the acting was in the movie?
Reasonably good, I should say, personally. I'm not really a good judge of acting, but reasonably good.
You know, a lot of people criticize William Shatner, James T. Kirk, for his acting ability, but I would say that, in my opinion, this is one of his better acting movies.
You're back.
What do you think, Duckie? Do you think Shatner does a good job in this?
I think
he certainly does better than he does in his Priceline commercials.
Yes, on career choice, but then again, technically, a spaceship and a plane both go in the air, so a little.
Low prices on airfare, low prices on space journey.
Yes, perfectly.
What about the visual effects?
Reasonably good.
I thought they were, obviously.
No, don't point me on the head for that. Doesn't like insults.
Well, they spent some money on this film. They had some good effects. Especially, I really...
Considering the fact that they had a less big budget compared to the first movie.
Yeah, I liked the cave. The Genesis cave. I thought that was pretty cool.
That has a lot of color, and it was good. Really good.
So, what's your rating for Star Trek The Wrath of Khan? Duckie, you first. Whisper it, Jake.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
You geek.
That's pretty impressive. What about you, Jason?
7 or 8 out of 10. Don't you look at me that way.
Yeah, I'll give this an 8 out of 10. I find this one of the most enjoyable of the Star Trek series of movies. So I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
So what's next?
I don't know. We could do the next one. We could do Jaws, or maybe we could do Kung Fu. Yeah. I know you like Kung Fu.
So I think if we're gonna do Kung Fu, we should go to the classic. I'm saying Enter the Dragon would be the way to go. That, or we go back to Star Trek, the motion picture, since we kind of skipped it. Or
the Star Trek, The Search for Spock. Another spoiler, but that spoiler alert. It's not much of a spoiler alert. The Search for Spock. Unless we're talking about searching for his dead body, we're really not,
Well, stay tuned, because this sounds like quite a cliffhanger to figure out what movie we're going to review next. But we'll certainly have something up soon on YouTube. So for now, this is Dad and me, JT, and
Duckie.
saying goodbye. So see ya.